We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. We are following new developments surrounding the attacks in Israel. Coming up, how the U.S. is now taking steps to strengthen its defense in the Middle East. All eyes on Washington. The big question, will Republicans be able to elect a new House Speaker? The names in the running and where the votes stand. And topping local news, Bowie State is canceling classes today and instead offering counseling services after a weekend shooting. Coming up, the support being offered as police are continuing to investigate. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. We are following breaking news out of Baltimore City. An officer is injured after police say a person rammed them with their car. It happened on North Avenue in the East Baltimore Midway neighborhood. Police say they were responding to a call of a person armed when the person got into a car and then struck the officer who was trying to stop them from leaving. The officer fired their weapon, but no one was hit. The person was arrested. The officer was taken to the hospital for treatment. We are following breaking news out of our live center surrounding the attacks in Israel. The U.S. State Department confirming 9 Americans have been killed. Now, right now, the U.S. is taking steps to strengthen its defense posture in the Middle East. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin says that the U.S. is sending a network of naval forces to the eastern Mediterranean. Israel's defense minister has ordered a complete siege on Gaza. The defense minister says authorities will cut electricity and block food and fuel from entering. This announcement comes as Israel's military is searching for Hamas fighters and guarding any breaches along its border fence with tanks. Now, all of this comes after Israel declared war on Sunday and vowed to retaliate against Hamas after their surprise attack on Saturday. As of this morning, the Associated Press reports more than 1,100 people are dead, thousands more are wounded on both sides. And we're already seeing the impact right here at home. In New York City overnight, protesters on both sides clashing. The rallies unfolded just a block from the United Nations, where the Security Council held an emergency meeting yesterday, but they didn't take any action. Now, we know the intelligence community here at home is hard at work. In Montgomery County, police, Prince George's County Police, they say they're all stepping up security around places of worship. Law enforcement says that there is no specific threat at this time. Earlier this morning, we spoke with the executive director of the Baltimore Jewish Council on security concerns around synagogues here in our region.
Typically, when there's a conflict in the Middle East or a conflict elsewhere, an incident that occurs elsewhere at a Jewish institution, our local law enforcement steps up and is in touch and is monitoring social media, monitoring other intelligence. They've been in touch all weekend. No signs so far, but there's definitely more of a presence out there.
Fox 45 News will continue to follow the developments in the Middle East. Stay up to date with our coverage by downloading the Fox 45 app. Search WBFF in your app store. Topping local news, classes at Bowie State University are canceled today after 2 people were injured in a weekend shooting during homecoming week celebrations. As Olivia Dance shows us, it is the second shooting at a Maryland university in less than a week.
Well, Bowie State has canceled classes for today and is offering counseling services for students following that shooting that happened just behind me here near Henry Circle and also near the Center of Business and Graduate Studies, which is essentially in the middle of campus. But police say the 2 victims who were injured are not college students. Police say it's an isolated incident, but they have recovered a gun and are looking for multiple suspects. There will be a community conversation tonight here on campus, and the university's president says she's working with students to help move forward.
I don't know what the answers are, but we will be coming together once again as a campus community, and we will figure it out together. We have students who have come forward. Our Student Government Association leadership has been talking with me and our senior leaders to let us know what we need to do to help the healing process begin.
This is now the second shooting at a Maryland university in less than a week. Police are still searching for suspects after 5 people, including 4 students, were shot last Tuesday night at Morgan State University. Classes are expected to resume there today, but police are still looking for at least 2 suspects. They released surveillance video on the day after the shooting showing persons of interest. And of course, if you have any information about either shooting, you're asked to call police. For now, reporting in Bowie, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
11:05 now. It was a rough weekend for Maryland sports fans. The Ravens taking a hard loss to the Steelers Sunday. At one point, the Ravens were up 10-0. But we let the Steelers catch up, and they took the win, making it the Ravens' first AFC North loss of the season. And turning now to the O's as they are en route to Texas. 11:11 now, making headlines in observation of Columbus Day and Indigenous People Day. The United States Postal Service will be closed. So will most major bank branches, as well as state offices like the MVA and libraries. Private mail services like FedEx Delivery and UPS will have regularly scheduled operations. Most restaurants and fast food chains also open. Taking a look at your social stream now, a big week in D.C. The House of Representatives is set to vote on its new speaker after Kevin McCarthy was voted out Tuesday. Now, Congressman Steve Scalise and Congressman Jim Jordan, they seem to be the front runners to replace McCarthy. The former speaker said that he has spoken with both candidates in the running, but that he won't endorse anyone. The problem right now, it appears neither has the votes needed to win. McCarthy was voted out of the speaker position last week, but says he won't resign from Congress. He does plan to run for re-election next year. Looking at what you're saying here on social media, momentous vote reshapes congressional leadership. Another one saying the interesting thing will be to see how they manage to elect a new one. Seems quite impossible. Auto workers are already on strike, and now some pharmacy workers could also walk off the job. Employees at 500 Walgreens are planning walkouts over concerns about workloads that are affecting patient safety. One pharmacy association member says the root problem deals with not committing dollars to hiring the right staff. Walgreens says that it's made significant boosts in pharmacist salaries and hiring bonuses to keep good staff. Here's what you have to say about it. It's dangerous for some meds to be stopped suddenly, and insurance often won't let you fill early, so people can't even prepare for this. Another one saying they deserve better. I'm supporting them. West Maui reopens to tourists 2 months after wildfires tore through the island and devastated the town of Lahaina. 97 people were killed in the fires, and the cleanup has only just started. Many locals are split on reopening, but so much of the island's livelihood depends on tourism. According to state officials, tourism makes up about 20% of the state's GDP and about 80% for the island of Maui. Here's what you're saying. Great news. Looking forward to visiting West Maui again. And I hope this serves to heal and bless the people who lost everything. Well, still ahead, an Airbnb guest checks in but never leaves. Coming up, the lawsuit one homeowner is filing to get the woman out 2 years after she moved in. And student debt payments resume this month. Coming up, why Marylanders may be especially hard hit by those payments. 11:14, you're watching Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. Grab the umbrella if you're going out. Looks sunny there. Things are starting to warm up after a chilly start to the morning, and we could still see some rain later in the day. We're going to tell you when things will eventually dry out and warm up. Developing now, student loan payments are set to resume this month, and Marylanders will be especially hard hit. That's because borrowers in Maryland have some of the highest debt in the nation. When it comes to student loan debt, Maryland ranks third highest in the country. D.C. is number 1, followed by Virginia. Georgia and Florida round out the top 5. President Joe Biden paused repayments more than 3 years ago. Since then, student debt has increased $102 billion to reach its total of more than $1.77 trillion. The U.S. Supreme Court struck down Biden's loan forgiveness program earlier this summer. Making headlines, a delegation of U.S. lawmakers arrives in China for the first congressional visit to that country since 2019. Leading the group is Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. He says the goal is to level the playing field for American companies to freely compete in China. But it will be an uphill battle for the delegation as relations between Washington and Beijing have been in a sharp decline for recent months. Meanwhile, planning is underway for a possible face-to-face meeting between President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping next month. Coming up tonight at 4, continuing coverage of the fallout in Israel, how local groups are helping those in need. The Baltimore County government is looking to expand. We're pressing leaders on the logistics. Plus, Morgan State University students are returning to class today. The security measures now in place. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. A California homeowner says an Airbnb renter has been living in his home for 2 years and won't leave. The man says he listed his studio guest house on Airbnb and a woman booked a 6-month stay. But that was in September of 2021 and she still hasn't left.
I even said to her, like, okay, you can stay another 2 weeks, at no cost. just so you can relocate yourself. She just then squatted and has never left.
The woman isn't budging, and the two are now suing each other. She says she's being forced out after complaining about a water leak. The owner claims the woman refused to let him fix it and is using laws that protect renters to now unfairly stay in the house for free. Airbnb says the reservation ended in March of 2022, so the issue doesn't involve them now. It's a third-party matter between two individuals. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now, and I'm always so confused about how people who go into these homes, how the laws protect them to the extent that you say, I can't get you out of my house, off of my property. It's baffling to me.
It's, Patrice, but it's real.
It is.
We went through it. We had a family home in the Carolinas, and we noticed the neighbors were putting stuff, you know, like leaning their tools against the parking in the driveway. And girl, don't you know they tried to do the same thing? So basically, once they say that they are either in it or they're whatever, they start making their moves. So be cautious.
So for somebody to have the audacity to do that, which you know, this isn't the first case we've heard of that, and you've been through it. I mean, how did the laws do more to protect these renters than the homeowner? This is on my property. I don't want you on my property. So why can't I say, police, they're on my property, get them off my property? And
I think the good news is, what's great about these conversations is it plants the seed so you do your research, because the people who want to take advantage of you, they know the law. Normally the people who have the homes, you're not thinking nobody's ever going to do it. You don't even think about it, and so then you're shocked.
She's rent-free for 18 months now. I mean, after she paid the initial part. Crazy. She's taking a... Yeah, she's taking a chance there.
Beware of squatters.
All right, Mark, thank you. Well, it was a chilly start for sure to this Monday morning, and we're not the only ones seeing cool temperatures. As meteorologist Justin Chambers shows us, those in West Virginia are seeing snow.
Yeah, well, we're getting closer to some of the cooler temperatures. Look at this, snow in Snowshoe, West Virginia. It's not too far away, seeing a few of those flakes kind of flying around there. So that's what they saw early on Sunday and even for parts of the weekend. So not really anything that's sticking. And don't you worry about that. Our temperatures have been cool, especially on the cooler side for the morning time. Overall, as we head toward the afternoon, we'll see temps that will be back into the mid 60s, still about 4 or 5 degrees below average for this time of year, and should top out right about 66. Now, we do have the potential for a few evening rain showers for us by the time we head into Monday evening and into the Monday night as well. Low to mid 60s for your high temperatures. You can see those across central Maryland, 64 Annapolis, 62 Columbia, mid 60s in Baltimore City. Up and down the 95 corridor, those 60s will continue for New York and Philly, down through Baltimore and D.C. Cooler in western Maryland, only the upper 50s for today and mid 60s if you're heading down the ocean. So here's a look at our future scan. You can see this area of low pressure and that cold front getting a little bit closer to us. Those showers will start rolling in, especially after about 4 or 5 p.m. And you can see some of those light scattered showers that'll be around into that 6 and 7 o'clock hour. Now, by the time we get to Tuesday, we expect to see more sunshine, some drier air moving in, and a nice ridge of high pressure that will help to bring in those temperatures kind of a little bit warmer into Tuesday, Wednesday, and even into Thursday as well. Then we get into our next weather maker. You can see this system passing through on Thursday. We stay dry with that one, but it's the one that's coming in on Saturday that's going to bring more rain to the region. That's right in time for the Baltimore Running Festival as well. So mid 60s on Monday, lower 70s into Tuesday and Wednesday, mid to upper 70s, really nice toward the end of the week before those numbers go back down. And then we're going to be seeing a string of 60s on the way.
Still ahead, it is one of the biggest Powerball jackpots in history, and the drawing is tonight. Just how much is up for grabs now? But first, a data leak at one of those Ancestry DNA sites. Coming up, the personal information that may have been exposed. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. 11:25. Don't miss this. A warning if you've used one of those at-home genealogy kits. 23andMe says it is investigating a leak that may have exposed 7 million users' data. The company is denying a breach, instead saying that the information was likely stolen using login credentials reused from other websites. Apart from the genetic profiles of users, the information exposed also includes photographs, links to hundreds of potential relatives, and the corresponding email addresses. MGM reports that last month's cyber attack will likely result in about $100 million in losses for them. The attack sent the MGM's Vegas Strip operations into just chaos and crippled its properties across the nation. The company's CEO is now assuring customers that hackers did not steal bank accounts or credit card numbers, but he did say Social Security and passport numbers were compromised. Tonight's Powerball drawing is the third largest in the game's history, with no winner Saturday. Tonight's jackpot has climbed to a massive $1.55 billion. The lottery says the chances of you winning that, though, are 1 in 292.2 million. No one has matched all 6 numbers since July 19th. So maybe tonight's your night. That's all we have for Fox 45 News at midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on.
Patrice, everyone's favorite cookies are coming back. We're talking about Girl Scout cookies, of course, but buying a box will cost more than last year. We'll chat about how much you have to pay for those delicious treats. Stick around for Be More Lifestyle.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
And what's up, Baltimore? Mark Clark, this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with weight loss advocate Dr. Melanie Bell. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Let me tell you right now, a rough weekend for Maryland sports fans. The Ravens taking a hard loss to the Steelers Sunday. At one point, the Ravens were up 10-0, but the Steelers caught up and took the win, making it the Ravens' first AFC North loss of the season. Bummer. And the O's are heading to Texas for games 3 and 4 of the ALDS. Game 2 for the Orioles did not turn out how we would have liked it. The Rangers took the win. Okay, oh well. And so 11-8. 11-8. Is it a basketball game?
I know, right?
So, Dr. Bell, can we turn things around?
I think so. You always have to be optimistic, right?
See? Look at the doc. See, Doc giving us that information. Lady T.
No.
Who's going to turn it around? The Ravens.
So the Ravens are definitely going to turn it around.
Okay, gotcha.
That was the O's, they looked a little exhausted. They looked tired. They were like, look, we done made it to the playoffs. We did all we could, y'all. Like, it's time to go home. That's what they looked like. I was like,
wow.
It's a different team playing today.
So
But no. I'm rooting for you guys. I want them to win.
But do you believe?
Do I believe they're going to?
We want you to tell it. How far do you think the Orioles will go in the playoffs? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on the lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, turns out not even the Girl Scouts can escape inflation. Number of councils are raising prices. At least one New York State chapter tells members and parents all cookies will be sold for $6 in the upcoming season. That's up from $5 last year.
Is it $6?
That still seems like a reasonable shot. Now, Lady T, didn't it used to be the one was more expensive than the other? Are they all the same price? Remember?
It's all supposed to be $5.
Okay.
How do I get that dollar knocked down a little bit?
Well, they got to change the theme song. I got 5 on it.
I got 5 on it. Listen, either way, I'm still buying Adventurefuls. I just need them to always
Dr.
have
Bell.
it. Okay.
Now
always
we know
have it.
you have lost. You're perfect. But what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Do you have one?
Thin Mints.
Thin Mints. What's your favorite, Lady T? You struck me as I thought you were going. What's the gaudy fancy one?
Oh, what
What's it called with the thing and the coconut and the
Samoas.
You look like a Samoa girl to me.
Well, maybe I look like a Samoa today, right?
So you be out here on a Thin Mint?
Wait a minute, Doc. I'm not going to leave that joke alone. Lady T, what's your favorite?
I can't do the thing. My favorite is the Adventurefuls. Now it's the brownie one with a little caramel on the inside.
That's new, ain't it?
It is. It's fairly new. It's amazing, though. Yeah, I can't do the Thin Mints. I don't eat toothpaste like that. It's like eating toothpaste.
I'm a basic man. I'm a basic man. I like the trefoils. The trefoils?
Is that? Oh,
the shortbread, the old school trefoil.
Wait, all that is just regular.
That's regular.
That's just regular.
I'll eat a sleeve with cold milk, baby. Just
with that? No, that's gross. You gotta step it up. Adventurefuls are the new end.
Wow.
Okay. And I buy at least 5 boxes.
Wow. Well, no wonder. You got to. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you'll get a discount because
that's what I'm hoping for. I hope they knock that $1 off because don't try to play me out here in these streets. It's starting to get mafia-like with these Girl Scout cookies.
Don't point to little girls. Okay,
don't point to little girls.
Let's talk hair. Something I don't have. Are you making a common hair care mistake? If you're not using conditioner every time you wash your hair, then you're making a big mistake. That's according to hair care experts who say skipping the step could dry out your hair. And when you do condition, you need to leave it on for at least 2 minutes. Now, I don't have any hair.
But when you did.
When I did, I did not. Dr. Bell. Now, is this true? Is this true for the sisters or, you know?
It is true, and my hairdresser, she is a true advocate for putting the conditioner on because you have to soften the hair. I know she's watching right now.
So you done? Okay, don't get in trouble.
I know you're watching right now.
Now, Lady T. Now, condition for.
Okay.
For all
Why you looking at me like that?
Lady T. Are we conditioned? You got a lot of hair.
I hate you. I love you, Mark. Okay, listen, stop playing with me. Because no, conditioner is the most important part.
Yes.
And even if you don't use shampoo, they said always use a conditioner and always use your leave-in conditioner. So even if you don't use a shampoo, you just do like a co-wash is what they call it for us, right?
Right.
The co-wash. You do the conditioner, the leave-in conditioner. Yeah, I be knowing some stuff. Don't play with me. I be knowing some stuff. You gotta leave it in for at least 2 minutes. I leave it in for 5, and I wash my body. If I'm all in the shower, I wash my whole body while it sets.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Is it
enough,
too much?
Lady T. Too much information.
Because you gotta let it set a little bit. This is how I shower for real. This is how I shower.
It's never too early to start thinking about Christmas. Coming up, we'll chat with a toy expert about the toys that will top your kids' wish list this holiday season. And give the gift of safety. Coming up, the new personal safety device that you don't want to be caught without. Lady T, thank you so much. Dr. Bell, you coming up. Stick around. We got a great show.
Thank you.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
This year, more than 1 million Americans will become crime victims as a result of this sad reality. It's important to protect yourself. Stacey Bell is here with a new way to let others know if you're in trouble. Here's America's Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Knocking.
I've got some numbers for you. Listen to this. In 2021, there were 1.4 million assaults in the United States. Staying safe is a primary concern for us and the people we care about, and I found something I really like. It's this little mini safety alarm. It's called Bling Sting. It's little, but it's going to give you peace of mind. This thing is loud. It's 125 decibels, louder than a siren. Take a listen because it's loud. It's loud. It has a flashlight, so if you're fumbling around for your keys like I do, you can use the flashlight. It's so tiny and it attaches to your purse, your backpack, your belt bag, whatever. So if you're out walking the dog, if you park in a parking garages used to just really make me a little nervous. This would be great to have. It's TSA compliant. You can take it on a plane. If you're just out by yourself at night, this is going to be a great thing to have, or even say you're walking around campus during the day. I got one for my stepdaughter, my sister, myself. I bought a bunch as gifts because I just think they'll make nice things to help keep people safe. Not to mention, I really like the on-trend, the camo colors. When I opened the package, I thought, oh, this is so cute. It's cute and it keeps me safe, so I'm all about it. Right now, we're offering up to 25% off Bling Sting. Just head over to asadeals.com for this exclusive offer.
This Be More Lifestyle segment is sponsored by Lego, Crayola, VTech, ReadyLand, and the Dr. Lisa Company.
Last week was the 118th International Toy Fair in New York City. The show is closed to the public, but toy industry insider Elizabeth Warner is here to share a sneak peek into toys that will be on the must-have list for holidays and beyond. Always great to see you, Elizabeth. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share all these awesome items with you. Why don't we jump right in with our Lego Dreams Fantastical Treehouse. Now, this is an amazing show. It's on Netflix and YouTube. The kids are loving it. Lego has done something new. They're giving our kids the building instructions to start, but then they give them a couple of ways to complete the model so they can finish and play however they want. And if they want to change it up, they can go back to those instructions and make something new. So fantastic. Now, when it comes to arts and crafts, this is where it's at. The high definition coloring kit by Crayola. Now, artists of all levels can create perfect professional looking art in high definition. There are extremely detailed coloring pages you can see here with the shadowing and the shading, but look at what I did with that. 30 highly pigmented colored pencils that actually add that vivid pop, that bright color. The kids, the grown-ups, everyone loving this. Now, when it comes to open-ended imaginative play, this is where it's at. The VTech GoGo Smart Wheels Spiral Construction Tower. Recommended for the little ones starting as early as 1.5 years old. It's a sturdy playset with 10 movable pieces, super fast action, 7 smart points that activate when the talking dump truck cruises over them. They're going to love building and playing with this. Now, story time is always my favorite time. Readyland Books, Owl and Dragon, a magical adventure. It's magical because our kids can finally talk with and play with characters in a book by pairing Readyland Books and Alexa. Listen to this.
Look around my nest. Tell me one thing you see.
A banjo. Yes, so it's a story, it's interactive, we can talk to the characters. That is going to be a home run. Now, finally, when it comes to diversity, equity, and inclusion, Fresh Beats by the Dr. Lisa Company. Fresh Beats, these gorgeous dolls, they are so beautiful, brought to us by Dr. Lisa, the pioneer of authentic multicultural dolls. These are stunning, high fashion, custom blended skin tones, premium rooted hair, authentic hair textures. They represent a bunch of genres, rock, hip hop, and pop, and even have their own animated series. Yes, they are nominated and finalists for the Doll of the Year Award.
That's great stuff, Elizabeth, as always. Where can people go to find more information?
Yes, you can go to my website, which is WernerInfo.com.
You always bring the fire. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you so much.
You too. Still ahead, Karamo is back for season 2. Coming up, Lady T sits down with Karamo himself for a special sneak peek, and he answers your relationship questions. But first, I'll talk to a guest about weight loss surgery, pros and cons, and you'll be amazed. Coming up next.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
Dr. Melanie Bell has transformed her life and her health by losing weight. She used the tool of gastric bypass surgery to help. She joins us to talk about it. So, Doc, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. So you look amazing.
Thank you.
Rocking the caramel.
Thank you. Caramel.
So well.
Yes.
And so what made you decide to go with gastric bypass?
Well, there are two reasons. One, I had to take charge of my health, you know, and I knew that comorbidities come with obesity, like diabetes, type 2 diabetes and hypertension, and I didn't have any health problems, so I didn't want any health problems. And two, because I'm a nurse and I'm constantly educating my patients on weight loss and how that can help to combat their health challenges, I had to lead by example.
I love it.
Right?
And you've kept the weight off. Now, I had the sleeve surgery, and I see the challenge. 2 years post, I see the challenge. I see what people go through. You've kept it off for how long, and how have you kept it off?
So I had the surgery in 2009, and I've had my waxing and waning now. I've had my
a little
challenges,
wax, a little wane?
right? A little wax, a little wane, but it was 2009. And around 2020, I felt like the weight was starting to creep up. You know, we were home, it was a pandemic, and not because I was changing what I was eating, but because I became sedentary, right? You're not getting up, you're not walking to the fax machine and doing those things. So, you know the song Last Night a DJ Saved My Life? A trainer saved my life. Michael Malloy, my trainer, I love him to death, and I'm so grateful because he got me to shed those pounds.
And talk to us about that. Talk to us about your workouts. Were you somebody before who used to work out and have a trainer, or was it a lifestyle switch to get a trainer in your life?
Absolutely not. I lost the weight. It just fell off. You know, when you have the surgery, it just kind of falls off. But when I did start to work out, I feel like I can't stop. So the trainer, 5 a.m., Monday, Wednesday, Friday, religious with it over the last year, and now I've transitioned from the trainer in the morning to going in the evening. So I'm grateful for the knowledge, and I'm going to share the information.
I love it. So what tips do you have for people who are thinking about it and the people who have had the surgery? And I want to announce that you're my accountability partner too. So
that's right.
This is great. So give us some tips for those who are thinking about it and who have had the surgery.
So I say if you love to eat, then this is not the surgery for you, okay?
Okay.
You have to eat to live, right? Because your stomach is a muscle, so over time it will stretch if you continue to put that food in. The tips for those who have had it, you know, just like the seasons change, don't fall back into your old habits, right? Make sure that you're maintaining that healthy diet. Make sure that you do exercise, although I didn't do in the beginning, I wish I had. And make sure that you are consistent, and most importantly, be intentional about what you want for your life.
I love it. Now, who are you now? How does the you now differ from the person who, how much did you lose?
I lost 110 pounds.
So how is this Dr. Melanie different than the old Dr. Melanie?
I'm the same person.
Okay.
It didn't change me. It didn't change me.
You're just better.
Hey, I'm just better, and I'm making sure that my health stays at the forefront of what I do.
I love it. How can people follow you?
Oh, they can follow me on Instagram at DNPsInspire, DNPZ_INSPYRE, or you can email me at info@beyondnursing.org.
And also, how do you like being, I called you an influencer. Are you okay with that?
Oh, sure, I'll take that.
I love it. Well, Dr. Bell, you're an inspiration. Thanks again for joining us.
Thank you.
Definitely. Now to check weather with meteorologist Justin Chambers. He's back. What's up, Justin?
Well, this is a really pretty picture here. Sometimes you just have to look up at the aspens. Oh, look, there's a little corgi dog in there. Kind of a cool shot there. Look at those beautiful, bright fall colors looking amazing with the blue skies there. So that is what we're going to start to be seeing here over the next couple of weeks as our fall colors eventually will start to move in. Seeing a little bit of change out in Garrett County, but not quite here at home. Mix of clouds and sun for us today. We have the potential of seeing a few evening showers. Those temperatures for the most part are staying in the below average category. So our numbers will be just a little bit warmer than where we ended up on Sunday, mainly mid-60s across the board, and that mix of clouds and sun throughout the afternoon. So checking those numbers across Carroll and Baltimore counties, low to mid-60s here for Westminster and Eldersburg, 59 the Hereford zone, but 62 Perry Hall and White Marsh, down through Dundalk at 66. Numbers for Howard and Anne Arundel counties also in the low to mid-60s as well. Ellicott City and Elkridge down through Glen Burnie and Pasadena, right about 64 in Annapolis for your high this afternoon. And up and down the 95 corridor, keeping those 60s going for sure. Upper 50s in western Maryland for Cumberland, and mid-60s heading down the ocean for Ocean City. So here's what's going on with our future scan. We have this area of low pressure and that cold front. That's going to be coming in from the west over the next couple of hours, taking you into the late afternoon and evening. That's going to be our best shot at seeing any of those rain showers. We're not tracking a lot of rain with this, but some of us may just get a little wet there. And as we head toward Tuesday, that front passes through, drier air, and that ridge of high pressure builds in nicely behind that. That's going to help to kind of warm things up as we get later into the week. especially by Thursday and Friday, where we'll see some pretty nice temperatures. So if you don't like the cool temps, well, just wait a couple more days. 66 here on Monday for your 10-day forecast. Lower 70s into Tuesday and Wednesday, mid to upper 70s as we head toward Friday. We are tracking rain for Saturday, and then those temperatures will come back down by the end of the weekend.
All right, y'all. He's bringing his enthusiasm and fresh voice to the new season of his talk show. Karamo joins us now to talk about the new season of his show. Karamo, welcome to our show today. Hey.
Lady T, what's up, girl?
I am so excited that you're here. You're fashionable. You're fabulous. You're amazing. What's going on?
You know, I'm just excited because we launched in season 2, and trust me, when I was doing season 1, I was in the moment, but I was also thinking about that future of like, how do we get to season 2? And the fact that the audience loved it, people tuned in, our ratings looks great. I'm like, and we're back. So I'm just excited for season 2.
And in season 1, you were getting messy, but you were also helping guests unpack all their relationship troubles, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me how you embrace the mess.
So for me, I always tell people that like embracing the mess is something that I think we need to do a lot more of. Every single one of us, me, you, people watching, we all have mess in our life. And it's about saying, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not ashamed what I've been through because it makes me human.
Right.
And the reason my guests come on my show is they can be their authentic self. They can have all the emotions because they know at the end of the day, I'm gonna help them clean up that mess.
And you create a safe space to do it. That's the best part about it also. So, okay, well, look, Karamo, your job is not done yet because Baltimore needs your help, baby, okay?
I'm down. I'm
So
down.
I asked viewers to send me their questions so that you can help them. So let's take a look.
Can a married man have female friends? And if so, how do we navigate that in our marriage?
When I see people saying that my partner can have a friend of the same or of a different sex, for me, it screams there's insecurities or there's a lack of trust. It's a lot about self-reflection of like, what has happened in your past that has caused you to feel uncomfortable about your partner having friends? Identifying what the root issue is the key here, because at the end of the day, whether your partner has a female friend or not, they can cheat.
Shelby has a good one, okay? So she writes, when does a compromise become me just settling? Because people always say that you shouldn't settle for a partner. So it seems like she's compromising something.
Okay.
What is it like with you settling? You feel like you're settling?
The minute that light bulb goes off that you say you feel like you're settling, is when you quiet that other voice that's going to make you be like, well, I got to stay in this toxic relationship, and you listen to that first voice. Because what happens that we get in these relationships where we say, you know what, something don't feel right. And then we be like, no, I'm just going to be quiet. And then 2 years later, you're like, why didn't I listen? If you feel like you're settling, it's a reason you had that feeling. It's probably because you know in your heart you want more, you deserve more, and you're not getting it.
Ooh.
And so be true to yourself.
And he pointed when he said it too. Karamo, slow down, okay? And he pointed it. Come on, it's a lot, Karamo. I feel the same way. Sometimes we have to settle. We feel like we're settling when we're dating. It's like, oh, okay, well, I'll compromise this for that. So it speaks to you sometimes, and you know you don't have to settle.
You know what you deserve. You know what you deserve.
Yeah,
like, let's start listening to ourselves. I know what I deserve.
Karamo, your advice is much appreciated. Thank you again. Also, you all can watch Karamo weekdays at noon here on Fox 45.
Still ahead, the O's need to turn things around if they want to stay in the game. Coming up, how you think the team will do in their next big face-off. Not the outcome the O's fans were hoping for this weekend in Baltimore. The O's are heading to Texas for games 3 and 4 of the ALDS game 2. For the Orioles did not turn out how many would have hoped against the Rangers. Texas took the win in the last guaranteed game at Camden Yards this postseason. Final score 11-8. And we wanted you to tell it. How far do you think the Orioles will go in the playoffs? Right now, most of you are saying lose in the ALDS. What? Great show lined up for tomorrow. Halloween is just 3 weeks away. Have you started buying your candy yet? Coming up, how you have to, how to have the most talked about house on the block, the most coveted treats and sweets, according to a new poll.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@foxbaltimore.com.
Thank you for inviting us into your home. As always, make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.